plays games with Steve
and Angel.
593, 594, 595, 596, 597, 598, 599, 600.
They're not back yet.
They're late.
Dude, I can't believe that. Adrien. No way. Not cool and collected Adrien Andrews.
She is your manager. It would have been very easy for her to pull this off. The only person who had easy access to the knife you used at dinner was, well, her.
So after the ceremony, during the break, huh? I was sleeping like a dog the entire
A log.
Oh, for some reason I thought it was a dog.
Like kicking his leg.
Yeah. Oh, he's
chasing something. See, she could have also easily planted that blood-covered button in your hakama.
Because she was the one that came to wake me up? Then, dude, you're saying it really was her?
Yes, she is the real killer. She was the one who murdered Juan Corrida.
But why? I thought she was buds with Juan.
She has her own agenda.
Her own agenda? What are you talking about?
I'm sure you'll see by the time this trial's over. It'll be all right. I'll get you acquitted by the end of today.
Get me a verdict that's refreshing like a spring breeze, okay, Mr. Lawyer Dude? Phoenix, you think her motive is related to Celeste Impact's missing suicide note? Is that right?
Yes. Miss Andrews depended on Miss Impacts for her strength and will to live. But then Miss Impact suddenly killed herself. It sounds like she left a suicide note and the person thought to have hidden it.
Is Juan Corrida the victim of this murder?
And that's why I think that Miss Andrews got close to Mr. Corrida. All to get the suicide note back.
That sounds plausible. But one thing bothers me.
What?
Who was it that first told us about the relationship? Better stated, Mr. Andrews?
Huh?
It's Mrs. Andrews.
Yeah.
Or it's not even Mrs. Andrews, it's Ms. Andrews.
Yeah.
But it's, either way.
Yeah.
His S is like right next.
Andrews.
Mr. Andrews.
think-
Surprised to see me?
R and S are like right next to each other, I think. Yeah.
Check the keyboard.
On the keyboard?
What? No,
I think so.
no. R is up here, S is here.
S is, yeah.
ASDF.
Oh.
QWERTY, yeah.
Oh.
So there's no excuse.
Better stated, Miss Andrews' codependency with regards to Miss Impacts?
Mhm.
It was Edgeworth.
It looks like he's still the one in command of this ship. Don't let your guard down yet.
He's got control of the ship and the seamen on it.
Oh my god.
Look at me. Look at me. I'm the captain now.
Hub, 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 hub.
Court will now reconvene. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you please. The prosecution calls the witness subpoenaed by this court. Subpoenaed. Miss Adrien Andrews, the person who discovered the crime in Mr. Juan Corrida's room. What is your occupation?
I am the manager of the defendant in this case, Mr. Matt on guard.
I see. Now then.
Before we begin, Your Honor, I have one request.
Yes, sure. What is it?
I'm sure everyone in this room is wondering the same thing, and would love to find out more about my relationship with the victim. After all, it was the topic of a certain weekly magazine recently.
No, I have no idea what you mean. I have never heard of Gossipland.
If the judge was ever a prosecution witness, he'd do all my work for me.
Anyway, I was wondering if you could please tell us about your relation to the victim.
Yes, I was seeing Mr. Corrida. I was also aware of the rivalry that exists between Matt and Juan, but this was a private matter between Juan and myself.
So it was a fry and bait matter, or was that bait and fry? Reminds me of fishing.
Oh my god,
I'm hungry.
I'm hungry. But I didn't kill him.
No one has accused you of that.
I've got a feeling someone will soon.
Huh?
I think we all understand your relationship with the victim now, Miss Andrews. Very well then. Witness, please testify to the court. about what happened when you discovered the murder that had taken place.
Okay. And I found the body. It was time for the show to start, so I went to get Matt from his room. After that, I went to Juan's room. And there was his dead body. I was in shock. What I saw was, naturally, the exact same scene as in the crime scene photo. I felt as though I was about to faint, so I poured myself a glass of juice.
You poured yourself a glass of juice?
Yes. Sadly, I didn't remember not to touch things at the scene of a crime. And it disturbed the crime scene by moving this one thing.
And that is when the fingerprints on the wine glass were made, Your Honor. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Phoenix. She is one cool and collected customer. She has the brains to match. Yes, I know. In order to catch a person like her, you have to avoid head-on confrontations. You should disrupt her pace. Disrupt her pace? She's the type of woman who is easily thrown off by things inconsistent with her thinking. So you have to attack when she least expects it. The instant you let up on your offense is the instant this trial is over. Understand? Yeah, for the most part. Yes.
Yeah, sure. It's time for the show to start, so I went to get Matt from his room. After that, I went to Juan's room. And there was his dead body. I was in shock. I saw it was naturally the exact same scene as the crime scene photo. So I poured myself a glass of juice. Hold it! Oh wait, what you do?
Oh yeah, sorry. Hold it! Juice?
Yes. There was a bottle of tomato juice on the table, so I helped myself.
But you didn't drink any of it, did you?
Huh?
There were no lip marks left on this wine glass to suggest that anyone drank from it.
I wasn't feeling terribly great, so I set the glass down without drinking it.
It doesn't sound like there's any glaring contradictions in her testimony just now. I warned you earlier that she would not crack so easily. The only way to make her is to keep on the offensive and not let up. The only way you're going to catch her is with some very strong, decisive evidence. I have to find something. I just have to, for Maya's sake.
I'm going to save you some time. Press. Keep going. Keep going. Press here.
No.
Hold it! You were in shock?
What? Was I not supposed to be?
Miss Andrews is a very calculating person. Despite how close they were, I doubt she had romantic feelings for Mr. Corrida.
Anyone randomly stumbling upon a dead body would be in shock. And you can't seriously expect that a young beauty like her would not be shocked.
Somehow, I don't think beauty has anything to do with being shocked or not.
I see.
Miss Andrews, I'd like to confirm with you one more time. When you discovered the dead body of Juan Corrida, you were in great shock. And that's when you poured yourself the glass of juice, correct?
And what of it? My mind really was a complete blank at the time.
Your mind was a complete blank? I didn't think that was possible for you.
Aren't you rude today? I was so dazed that I made one careless mistake. That one thing.
What one thing?
Never mind. It's no big deal.
What was she starting to say just now?
Press foil.
Miss Andrews, I'm convinced that, as you said, you made a mistake at the scene of the crime. What I really want to know is what this mistake was.
Actually, so would I.
I'm sorry. It's kind of embarrassing. When I set the glass down on the dresser, I accidentally knocked the flower vase over.
The flower vase? Are you talking about the one on the floor in the crime photo? This mess of glass shards?
It was originally on top of the dresser. But when I bumped into it with my elbow, it fell onto the guitar case.
Why did you withhold such an important piece of information?
I'm sorry. I thought that since the crime scene was already in disarray, that people would simply assume the vase was just another part of the mess.
It looks like yet another fact has come to light here. Please add this and anything else you have to reveal to your testimony.
I'm sorry, but I have nothing more to add. I didn't touch anything else. I was the one who knocked the vase over where it fell on the guitar case. Okay, so that contradicts the fact that that it was open. Oh wait, actually, does it contradict that? Empty. There's some water, but only on the top of the lid. It fell onto the guitar case. Well, let me press this.
Hold it! What kind of flower vase was it?
It was a glass vase, and it was fairly big and heavy. I thought I would try to take Kwan's pulse, so I set the glass I was holding down on the dresser, and that's when my elbow accidentally hit the vase.
That's odd. She was always in total control of herself. That's what she would like people to think. Always be mindful of the gap between the perception and reality. It doesn't sound like there's any glaring contradictions in her testimony just now. I warned you earlier that she would not crack so easily. Was that true? Yes. Oh, you go, Big Nick.
Oh, I forgot that B. It sets you backwards.
Someone kids like bibbity bobbity boo, an elephant sat on you. Or is it like zippity zoppity z, an elephant sat on me. Do you know that song? No, neither of you.
No.
Never mind. It's like an old like kid song.
Can I?
Okay.
Can I recite that? Bibbidi bobbidi boo. The elephant sat on you.
Yeah.
How's it go again?
The elephant sat on you.
Bibbidi bobbidi boo.
Okay. I was the one who knocked the flower vase over where it fell onto the guitar case. Okay, I should just go with my gut, and if a boo-boo happens, then a boo-boo happens.
Thank
Objection!
you. Well done.
You'll see. You testify that you knocked the flower vase over. Is this correct?
Yes.
And are you sure it fell onto the guitar case?
Is there some problem with what I said?
It's not some problem. It's a major problem. It's true that the top of the guitar case was wet with water. However, that's exactly what is so strange. Miss Andrews, you testify that the vase fell onto the guitar case. However, if that was true, the case should have gotten wet on the inside, not the outside.
That's very true.
Furthermore, there's one other strange thing about this guitar case.
And well, what is that?
Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. The remains of the vase are scattered on the floor.
And what is wrong with that?
If the guitar case was open when the vase fell, the glass shards should be inside, not outside the case.
Objection! What is your point, Wright? That the case was closed at the time the vase was knocked over? Is that all?
Objection! No. Think back to what Miss Andrews testified to. She said that, other than the vase, she didn't touch anything else.
Yes, that's right. She did implicitly say she didn't touch the guitar case. Objection! But this whole matter with the guitar case is a dead end. The bright red guitar was found in the studio. It has no bearing on this case at all.
That may very well be. However, the empty guitar case does seem to have no relation to this case.
It seems as there is no deeper meaning to the guitar case. Well, Mr. Wright, do you think we need to hear more details about the guitar case?
Make her testify.
The empty guitar case. I believe this is a crucial piece of the puzzle.
I can't believe anyone would reach for straws like this, but it is you.
I can't believe I'm doing this either.
All right, I'll follow along, for now. Ms. Andrews, please testify to the court about the guitar case.
Yes, Your Honor.
Not to completely derail, but that song, I was looking it up. It was called Willoughby Wallaby, not Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo. You remember Raffi? The kid singer? It was a Willoughby Wallaby Wee, an elephant sat on me. But then it would do like, Willoughby Wallaby Wuston, an elephant sat on Justin. Just go through, Willoughby Wallaby Weave, an elephant sat on Steve. Willoughby Wallaby Wangel, an elephant sat on Angel. Willoughby Wallaby Wong One, an elephant sat on SungWon. Willoughby Wallaby Adrien Andrews, an elephant sat on Adrien Andrews. Now you may go.
Yeah, Raffi's ring, 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 banana.
Yes, yeah.
I don't remember this song too clearly because I was a bit dazed.
It's also in the middle of a testimony at a
elephant sat on you.
at a very important trial.
I suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over. It's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all. As for why I opened the case, even I don't know. Bullshit.
What'll it be? Sorry, it looks like this really wasn't a very important point. This wastefulness is such a familiar feeling by now that it's almost comforting.
Anyway, I'll just go ahead and start the cross-examination.
Using anyway to change the topic. A convenient escape for a weak man.
Anyway, like, that just happened.
So that happened.
So here I was in court.
And then an elephant sat on me. You okay?
Yeah.
You need a drink or something?
Yeah, I don't know if the squirt is helping me.
Yep, that guy under the elephant, that's me. I bet you're wondering how I got into this situation.
This is you.
Yeah, sorry. So you opened the guitar case then?
Yes. Well, maybe.
Why did you open the guitar case?
Huh?
Mr. Corrida's dead body was right there in front of you, wasn't it? I would think that the first thing you would do is call for help, not open a guitar case.
Objection! As the witness has said multiple times, when she found the dead body, she was dazed.
Maybe I was curious to know if the bright red guitar was all right or not. I thought maybe the criminal took it.
Why would she care about the bright red guitar?
But getting back on topic. Anyway, it's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all.
Hold it! Was it really empty?
Huh?
I was just wondering if maybe when you opened the case, the guitar was still inside.
Objection! How long have you been a lawyer, Mr. Wright? Have a little professionalism. The bright red guitar was found at the studio. These trials would be over in half the time if you would just pay attention. Yes, pay more attention, Mr. Wright.
Pay attention.
Pay attention.
Sorry. Hold on. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm acting unprofessional. Yeah, wasn't your, like, underling, like, hitting me with a whip for the past two cases?
We're peers. She's not my underling.
Sorry, I said underling. Okay.
She'd kick your ass.
Yeah.
As for why I opened the case, I don't know.
Hold it. Sorry.
It's alright.
I was like, damn it, I said underling. I'm like, Edgeworth got me good.
No.
Was that because you were shocked and dazed at discovering the victim's body?
Yes, that's probably it.
I'm not going to get anywhere if I continue pressing her like this. The only way to make her talk is with evidence. I guess I should give it a try. Come on, Phoenix. We can't afford to let up on her now. I wasn't planning on letting up, but she's at her weakest now, so this is our chance. Yeah, we had a weapon to hit her with. I'm sure a weapon is hiding somewhere in the court record, waiting to be found.
I don't remember I was supposed to open the guitar case after I knocked the vase over. It's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all. As for why I opened the case, even I don't know. Okay. What is my thought? Okay. Why would you open the case? Oh wait, hold on. It bears Corrido's fingerprints. Empty, there's some water, but only on top of the lid, and it has his fingerprints on it. Found next to the victim, it's filled with the tomato juice, and it has Andrew's fingerprints. The photo of Juan at the murder scene. My thoughts right now is that Juan Corrida. Okay. My thought is that she was looking for the suicide note. I don't know why he would put it in his guitar case, but that is my thought. So I am gonna bring that up.
Objection!
Oh.
Your Honor, that statement contradicts his evidence.
It does.
Okay,
I don't think
okay,
so.
keep going.
Yes,
So,
yes,
as I have stated, this is a game about contradicting. The only way that would, like, let's say, yeah, train of thought was what you were trying to go for. Then the statement would have to be something like, well, why would I be searching for, something, right? And then you contradict, well, this is why, right?
Yeah.
But, so I think it's not a bad thought, but you're kind of jumping ahead. So since we're talking about the guitar case, look at the guitar evidence.
Okay. So it's empty. There's some water, but only on top of the lid, and it has Corrida's fingerprints. Okay, it doesn't have hers on it. The case is empty though. I suppose I must have opened the guitar case. Okay, so, but it doesn't have her fingerprints on it. So that's a contradiction, I think. There's so much evidence.
Objection!
There it is.
There's no way you were the one who opened the guitar case.
Why would you say that?
It's elementary, my dear.
God.
Because the only fingerprints on this guitar case are those of the victim.
Ah!
What is it, Miss Andrews?
You shouldn't assume that I must have left prints just because I touched the case.
What do you mean?
What if I were to tell you that I was wearing gloves at the time?
Gloves? But why would you be wearing gloves at the time?
It was the night of the award ceremony, so of course I dressed up for the occasion. Yes, now I remember. I'm almost sure I was wearing a pair of thin gloves.
I see. Well, Mr. Wright, it seems the witness was wearing gloves at the scene of the crime.
That's strange.
You were wearing gloves? Isn't that a little strange?
Why is that strange? Do you have something that would prove I was not wearing gloves at the time? Well, yeah, because he had fingerprints on this guy.
Take that! I have your proof right here. This wine glass.
The wine glass.
You left your fingerprints very clearly on this wine glass.
Ah!
Even if you took your gloves off when you poured yourself this glass of juice, wouldn't you think it was just a little strange? That you put your gloves back on just to open the guitar case?
Ah! Oh, my glasses. Jesus.
Well, I got another pair, though.
It's okay.
Oh my god, her eyes, though.
Ah!
I'm fine.
Order, order, order. Does she need a medic?
Looks like you hit the nail on the head this time. What do you mean? I believe that guitar case plays a very important role here. But it's just an empty case. I wonder if it really was empty, though. But the guitar. The bright red guitar was at the studio. Phoenix, drop all of your presumptions. What was in the guitar case was not the bright red guitar. You don't mean... It was a bright white guitar? Wait, that's not right either.
I admit it would be unnatural for someone to do that. So the witness was not wearing gloves, despite the fact that on the case... Objection! Your Honor, this is obviously the defense's usual misdirection tactic at work. Steer the court towards an unrelated topic and lull us all into his misguided...
Objection! No, Your Honor. Please recall that Miss Andrews had testified that the vase fell onto the guitar case, which means that the case was closed when the crime took place. However, it is wide open in this photo of the crime scene. I am sure this guitar case has some relation to the murder.
Objection! If you are so sure, Wright, then I'm sure you can somehow substantiate your outrageous claim, correct? Please enlighten us as to why that guitar case has anything at all to do with this murder. Can you do that, Mr. Wright?
Well... Let's suppose for a second that the bright red guitar was not the only thing that could have been in the case.
The bright red guitar not being the only thing. You don't mean to suggest that a bright black guitar... Objection! So you intend to push your theory that the case was not empty? Is that it, right?
I wouldn't say something I didn't intend to... wouldn't say something I didn't intend to prove.
Deflate that head of yours. You haven't proven anything yet. Now then, let's have it. What was inside this case at the time of the murder?
It's only a tiny penalty. I can make a few boo-boos here.
Well, maybe don't make too many boo-boos.
Yeah.
Okay. Now then,
well, I didn't break my arm, so I think I'm just going to keep being careless.
Woo! What was inside this case at the time of the murder? What was inside of the case? I mean, I wonder if it's my theory. You said it was bad at the time?
Actually, I'm gonna save you. Don't worry about that theory.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not that.
Oh, okay. Okay. What was in the case? A knife!
No!
Oh my god, how did he get a knife?
It was the wine glass. It was... Was it the costume? Oh, why? Oh. He was gonna confess something, but what's his face didn't know about it. Oh my god. Okay, my wild theory right now, I guess maybe it's probably not so wild, is that it had a costume in it, and that's why she left wearing the other costume. Actually, that would be weird. Hold on. If I were to throw the costume at his face, would it be the picture taken in the hallway right after the photo? Which room is this?
Don't worry about that.
Okay. The nickel samurai glossy photo might push me. What was in there? I want to say maybe the cost. Okay, what would be in there? Okay, process of elimination. It's not the ticket. It's not these two.
Oh,
It's not that.
Okay.
It's not that. It's not that. It's not that.
You have so many pieces of evidence. You're gonna. Okay.
I know. I know.
It's
It's not the crime photo. It's not these two files. It's not the autopsy report. I don't think it's the knife. She brought that herself. The button came from him. It wouldn't be inside there. Okay. Then I want to... You guys are like... They're like dying next to me, by the way. You can't see this, but they're dying next to me. Like physically, like... They can't stand it. Okay.
Oh, sweet release! Steve, so many times I can feel our buttholes clenching in unison. I can feel just whenever Angel goes, though this is a crazy, impossible theory. That is exactly right. No, it can't be. I can feel both just.
I think there was an extra costume in there. Oh, but that's crazy.
No, let's go through literally every other piece of... Can't be the Magatama. This is...
Oh, hey, give them credit for actually... All right, let me go through my court record.
Yeah, I want to at least because
like...
That's fine, but...
Because I was confused over the two, because how do I express that it's the costume? There's a photo of the person in the costume, and then there's a poster, and it could be either. And sometimes this game is kind of picky.
That's true.
These games can be picky.
But in this case, both would have been absolutely fine.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Sometimes they're... Yeah, because they both show the same thing. This is a photograph!
Yes, but what is important is what is in that picture, Your Honor.
In this picture?
It doesn't take a genius to see what I mean. What I am proposing is... Inside the guitar case was the Nickel Samurai, the hero's very own costume.
What? Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Wright, are you saying that the witness opened the guitar case to take out a costume? What insane point would there be to doing something like that?
That insane point would be to wear the costume, of course. Miss Andrews put it on to hide her identity so she can make her escape. After all, you couldn't let anyone see you leave, could you, Miss Andrews?
I refuse to accept your theory. Do you have anything to support such a preposterous idea?
Just outside the door was an investigative photographer who was starving for a big scoop. And in the end, she managed to get this shot, correct?
You mean this photo? Order! Order! It looks like we've wandered into quite another mess again, haven't we?
Nice job, Phoenix. Well, you know my strategy. Speak first, think later.
No,
that's
not my strategy.
That is definitely not their strategy.
You know my strategy. Think for a while.
Think first, speak much.
There.
No, speak first, say it correctly. Think, then speak later. So the real murderer was hiding inside a costume. Objection! Wait 1 second, Your Honor. The Nickel Samurai's costume would have been Mr. Man on Guard's. Why would something of the defendants be in the victim's room? And inside the guitar case of all places? True. That is a little baffling. Mr. Wright, the court would like to hear your thoughts. What was this Nickel Samurai costume doing inside the guitar case?
I don't think it was stolen because apparently he was wearing it in his sleep. It was a spare costume?
Mr. Onguard did not take his costume off during the break period. In that case, the costume we are talking about was a spare one.
What? Then are you saying that on the night of the murder, there were 2 Nickel Samurai costumes at the Gatewater Hotel?
Yes, that is what I'm saying.
And how do you explain the costume that was inside the guitar case? It would mean that the victim himself had planned to bring this spare to the ceremony. But why? The victim, Mr. Corrida, was the Jammin' Ninja. Why would he secretly bring the Nickel Samurai's spare costume with him? What could be the reason behind such a peculiar act?
So that's what he intended.
No, so that's what he intended.
So that's what he...
Objection! Well, what are you mumbling to yourself about now? Have you just been rambling all this time without any sense of inner monologue?
Oh, you have no idea. Huh? No, I just...
Mr. Wright, please explain yourself. Why do you think the victim had the Nickel Samurai's spare costume?
Phoenix, are you sure you can explain this one? Think carefully before you answer. And then answer with gusto. I believe in you.
Thank you, Mia.
All right, this is what I think. The reason the victim brought the Nickel Samurai's spare costume to the hotel was...
Yep.
Take that!
What is this?
On the night of the murder, after the stage show, the Nickel Samurai was going to hold a special press conference.
A press conference?
Yes, the Nickel Samurai was supposed to confess something at this conference.
I heard about this as well. For once, you're not making something up, right?
But what struck me as strange was that Mr. Engard himself said he had no idea he was supposed to be holding a press conference that night.
But how can that be?
The way I see it, that can mean only one thing. The conference was a setup. By none other than the victim, Mr. Juan Corrida himself.
The victim?
Yes. The spare Nickel Samurai costume was prepared for that very conference. Mr. Corrida was going to hold the press conference as the Nickel Samurai.
He was going to dress up as the Nickel Samurai and hold a conference? But why would the victim do such a thing?
That's something I don't quite know yet. However, what I am concerned with right now is what he intended to reveal at that conference.
The Nickel Samurai was going to confess something? And by confess, I'd wager he was going to reveal something about himself.
Which means that Juan Corrida, posing as the Nickel Samurai, was going to speak about Matt Engard.
Yes, I guess that is what it would mean. But if that's the case, that's not a confession, that's public disclosure. Ms. Andrews?
I can see why you're pros at what you do.
Pardon me?
Yes, just as you say, the press conference was set up by Juan.
Ms. Andrews, please offer us an explanation for this.
I was the one he asked to help set it up. And the person who prepared the second costume for him, that was also me.
You?
Juan had bet everything on the Jammin' Ninja this year. And if he lost the Grand Prix, he was going to make sure Matt was going down with him. That's what he thought anyway.
He was going to ruin him, huh?
It looked like somehow Juan had in his hands a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed.
What?
And do you know what this secret of Mr. Engard's is, Miss Andrews?
That's something only Juan knew. I don't know what it is.
Ah, I see.
I've probably been coming off quite suspicious to everyone. But that's to be expected. I've been trying to protect Matt, after all.
Protect Mr. Engard?
And yet again, another strange bit of truth comes to light, it seems. Ms. Andrews, if you could, please tell us the truth about your behavior.
Yes, Your Honor. I understand.
Well, we're going to hear more about the truth from Adrien
Willoughby Wallaby, Adrien Andrews, an elephant sound of Adrien Andrews.